Hey everybody, how's it going? Today is, I guess, what you could call the Tool Truck Tuesday. And yeah, just grabbed a couple things today. I ordered, what did I order here? I'll do this bag out. So, I ordered a couple sockets, and the first one here is a 4.5 millimeter chrome deep socket quarter drive. It's always hard to know if the camera's going to focus, but that's the first one. Number two is a 4 millimeter quarter drive chrome deep. Yeah, beautiful snap-on socket. And I ordered a 25 millimeter half-inch drive shallow impact socket. So those all came in. And then I grabbed just a single sail 3/8 drive 8 millimeter shallow impact. These are flank drive sockets. I really like snap-on sockets. I really like the quality. I like the flank drive, and yeah, I just think they're a really good product. And then I just wanted to grab something else. And this is kind of a funny story. So initially I grabbed, they've got a whole bunch of stuff always on the ceiling, right? On that kind of pegboard with the little elastics in it. And I really like the wobble extensions. We've got a set in the company toolbox that are from Matco, and I believe they're kind of the Wobble Plus style, where they lock in, and then you can also there's kind of a two position. One is like a locked straight regular extension, and the other one is the wobble. I really like those. The Matco ones have actually been pretty good quality, I feel like. So anyways, I grabbed two wobble extensions off the pegboard on the ceiling, and I'm like, oh, I'll take these. He's like, oh, perfect. Okay, rings them up, and then I get off the truck, come back home, and I'm sitting in the car, and I got these extensions, and I'm like putting them onto the socket and putting them onto each other end to end, and they just didn't feel right. And I'm like, what is going on? The one you stick the extension on, and in the wobble position, you could literally like stick it up and it wouldn't even fall down. Like, it's just so stiff. And then the other one you put on, you put it on, and it was like totally loose. Like, it's just like completely floppy. So I'm like, okay, I don't know if there's a manufacturing defect or what's going on. And they also didn't really seem to like lock into the lock position very well. So I texted them like, hey, these extensions don't feel good. If you're still around, I'll come meet you and maybe return them. And he's like, oh yeah, no worries, I'm just going down to the gas bar. So I kind of knew that Snap-on had like regular extensions, then they've got wobble extensions, they've got Wobble Plus, and locking extensions, and I believe they may even have like a locking wobble or a locking Wobble Plus, and of course they've got chrome and impact and all that, those different things. But what I thought I was getting was the Wobble Plus, where it has the two position, one is locked, one is wobble. But what I got was just the regular wobble, and I think there was a quality issue going on. but yeah, they also weren't locking in because they were not the Wobble Plus. And my setup basically is I run for quarter drive, I run chrome. You know, you're getting into tight areas, small fasteners, you're being precise. And then 3/8 I only run impact, and 1/2 inch drive I only run impact sockets. And then kind of, you know, matching with the extensions as well. So I wanted quarter drive Wobble Plus extensions because I feel like when you're in tight areas, you know, often with the quarter drive you are your small fasteners and all that, and that's where I feel like they're super useful. So anyways, I went back down and met him at the gas bar and swapped them out or switched them out for the Wobble Plus. And the Wobble Plus, I'll show you guys here. So they're knurled. And it's hard for me to tell. I'm still getting used to this camera, so it's hard for me to tell, you know, does it focus here? Probably not. Does it focus here? I'm not really sure, but anyways, they got the knurled, the knurling on the shank there, and that's really nice. And then the Wobble Plus is like, you click it, kind of the first click is the wobble, so you can see it just wobbles around, and it's got 16 degrees. I mean, that's pretty good of wobble there, so that's awesome. And then you click it the rest of the way on, and it's, you can't shake it off there or anything. It's a regular straight extension. So I really like those. If you kind of look at the, you can see it's got a ramp here on the first section, and that's the wobble, and then it's got a flat shoulder up top, which is where it locks into the straight position. So yeah, really like these extensions. I really did not like the regular wobbles. They felt inconsistent and not precise. I don't know if it was a manufacturing defect or not, but they definitely, one was super tight on the sockets, the other one was like looser than loose. So I'm not really sure, and I also just didn't really like how they felt. But these Wobble Plus extensions, this is what I was looking for. They feel really good. They're super loose, which is how you want them. So when you're getting into a tight spot, you can kind of wiggle it in there, and then when you lock it in, it's locked in, and it's not coming out just by, you know, shaking it or whatever. So yeah, they feel good end to end. They also feel like if you're using a couple extensions together, they feel really good. So yeah, really happy with those. And it's great to have a Snap-on dealer that will, like, yeah, just help you out if you didn't get the right thing you were looking for. You know, in the text message he said, hey, sorry, I should have let you know. And I kind of did know myself that there was Wobble and Wobble Plus, but I just yeah, wasn't paying close enough attention, and he was willing to meet up with me again before he left town, and super helpful, and just like swapped them out for me at the gas bar, and you know, no fuss. He wasn't upset or anything. So yeah, I really appreciate that, and I think he's an awesome tool dealer, and yeah, so happy to have him around here. So yeah, that was the tool truck mission for today. Just 3 sockets and 2 extensions. I find that way it's kind of nice to just buy a couple sockets a week or a couple small things a week. And usually I order stuff because a lot of stuff that I want is either like, I'm very color specific. I don't like red. And of course a lot of the Snap-on tools are red. So a lot of the time he has the tool that I want on the truck, but not in the color that I want. So most of the time I'm ordering, I just walk on and say, hey, could you get this for next week or whatever. Sometimes there's a back order for the colors, but that's kind of the way we roll. And then oftentimes it's kind of specialty sockets too, like 20 millimeter, you know, 3/8 impact, and he doesn't have that on the truck. So yeah, a lot of the time he's ordering for me, but yeah, I really appreciate like just working with him, and yeah, it's always great, and like, you know, just make funny jokes and have a little kind of chin wag, so to speak. And yeah, like I don't buy much, I think, compared to some people. Some people are probably spending, you know, a few hundred or a few $1,000s a week on there. You know, I did buy a brand new toolbox from him, and I probably spend maybe a couple $100s a week, but I'm always like, man, I feel like I don't spend that much. He's like, well, you spend money and you spend it consistently, and you pay your bills. So um, yeah, we have a great relationship, I think, and or at least I hope so. But yeah, definitely feels like it. And yeah, great times. Next week, what did we order next week? Next time I ordered flush cutters from Snap On. We have a pair from Matco that I really like. They're spring loaded, so you can kind of just keep clipping, and they're quite nice. The flush cutters are quite expensive compared to your regular side cutters, just because they're quite precise on the cutting edge there, and yeah, you're definitely not supposed to cut just like soft metals and plastic with them. No, you can't. Not supposed to cut steel wire or anything like that. But yeah, they're awesome. He had a pair in a plier rack there that was, what was it? It was cool, but it was not spring loaded and it was red. So I said, hey, can you get that one in green? Yeah, I can get that one in green. But then same thing again, I noticed on the pegboard that there was an even smaller pair, which is really nice. You know, you're always in tight spaces cutting off zip tie ends or loom or whatever. And they're even smaller, and they're spring loaded. And, you know, the cutting edge was, you know, pretty much the same size. So I said, hey, can you get those in green? Yeah, I can do that. So those are coming next week. Or maybe not next week. Unless they're back. I mean, they're probably here by next week unless they're back ordered or something. But yeah, I'm super excited for those ones. They're, yeah, just a great tool to have. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate it, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.